So, hi, I'm Jasper Aitarangan, BSCPE 4B. So, in this video, I will be explaining uh, the, the laboratory number 2 for digital signal processing. So, in this laboratory, we will generate and plot different discrete time signals using Python, including the input, unit impulse, unit step, ramp, exponential, and sinusoidal sequences. So these signals are the basic building blocks of digital signal processing and are essential for understanding how digital system responds to various types of input. So let's so the learning objectives for this laboratory activity is number one, understand how to generate and visualize discrete time signals using Python. Number two, apply NumPy for creating common discrete time signals. And number three, analyze the characteristics of different discrete time signals from their plots. So let's start. Let's go open our uh, IDE. Let's look at on let's look at our code. So let's analyze this code. First, we import the required libraries that we will use, like the NumPy and the matplotlib. So the next, uh, the next, the next line of code is we uh, represent our discrete time index n ranging from using np.arrange ranging from -10 to 10 with a step of 1. This means that we are simulating 21 equally spaced samples, -10, 1, 0, and 10 positive time steps. So each type of signals is generated using np.where, as you can see in this code, np.where, to apply conditions and mathematical formulas. So after defining all signals, a for loop is used to plot them individually using the PLT.stem, which is the best way to display discrete signals. So let's run this code. So, so after we run the output of this is the output of the program. Uh, is display my name at the top, and the first signal that the that is displayed is the unit impulse. So the unit impulse, in theory, an impulse signal as a value of 1 only at n equals 0, and other than that it is a as a value of 1 at only at n equals to 0, and 0 other than that it is 0 elsewhere, and 0 elsewhere. So sa when n equals to 0, 1 siya. Kapag other than that, it is 0. So from the word itself is the impulse. So in the code, we set n equals to 0. So 1, ano siya sa 1, n equals to 0 is a value of 1. So the impulse is signal is very important in DSP because it used to test how systems react to sudden changes or instantaneous inputs. So that's all for unit impulse. Next is the unit step. So the unit step, this signal stays at 0 for all negative values of n and suddenly becomes 1 starting from n equals to 0 onward. So sa code, when n is greater than or equals to 0, 1 siya. 1 siya. So, ibig sabihin, kapag kapag for all negative values of n, it is 0, and onward it is 1. 0, when it is 0 onwards, it is 1. So the step signal represents a sudden transition from 0 to of a constant value. Similar, it's just like similar to turning on a switch at a specific time. So kumbaga 0 kapag n equals to 0 is greater than or equals to 0, ma-1 siya na. Yan na, ma-1 na. Kaya siya unit step. So it is it is commonly used to study how systems respond when an input is applied and kept constant. So yun ang unit step. Next is the ramp. The third signal is the ramp. So here the values increase linearly with time n for n is greater than or equals to 0, and r0 for n is just if n is less than to 0. This means that the signal gradually rises instead of jumping suddenly like the step signal. The ramp is used the step signal. So as kapag so simple basta yung ramp is it increase linearly with time for n is greater than or equals to 0. So makita natin dito na kapag when n so n shows 0 to 0. Kapag 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4. So it increase linearly with time yung ramp. So ramp is used to analyze how systems respond to steadily increasing inputs. So that's all for the third signal ramp. Next is the exponential. The next is the exponential sequence. So, so notice that the amplitude starts at 1 when n equals to 0. So, and it gradually decreases as n increases. So this happens because 0.8 raised to n becomes smaller for larger n values. When n equals to 0, so kung i-ano natin, i-compute. So so the amplitude decrease when n increases. So makita natin dito sa code. When n is greater than or equals to 0, yung amplitude is 0.8 raised to n. So kung 0.8, kunyari yung n natin is 0, it is 1. Makita natin dito sa 1 siya. 1, 1, 1 siya. Kapag naman 1, 0.8, and kung makita niyo yung pattern, pababa lang siya pababa as n increases. So the amplitude decreases as n increases. So that's the exponential signal is often used to represent decaying systems like how a capacitor discharge over time. And that's for exponential. Next is the cosine. So the cosine, this is a periodic. So the cosine signal, cos. So this is a periodic signal that alternates between positive 1 to -1. You can see in the plot that the signal repeats a pattern. This shows that it's periodic, which means it continues infinitely with the same shape. So makita natin dito, 0.2 cosine, 0.2 pi, n, sinus sinusoidal cosine signal. Ito yun. So, in signal processing, cosine and, so, explain ko what. Ito yung, ito din na to, NP that per, ano to, mathematical formula ginamit. So, in 0.2, cosine 0.2, ito yung magiging output niya. Mas smooth. Pero kapag dinagdagan natin, increase natin to, yun, 0.5. Ma-oscillate siya ng mas mabilis since tinaasan natin yung value. Ma-oscillate siya ng mabilis. As you can see here in the output. So, in signal processing, cosine and sine signals, like nung pinag-discuss natin from the previous video, that it forms the basis for many applications like filtering, modulation, and spectral analysis. That is for the cosine wave. Next, and that's it for this video. Um, so in this, I hope that we and this video help you understand the different type of discrete time signals and how they behave when plotted using Python. So that's all. Thank you for watching.